In 2077, gene technology Medusa made tremendous strides. There is an unidentified organization in the world that organizes the covert competition known as Tomorrow's War for the Rich. There are sizable consortia all over the world that invest privately in gene modification, creating mutant soldiers with super abilities to compete in interests based on the team score ranking. For a while, mutants spread like narcotics around the globe, and mutant crime grew increasingly serious. In order to gather criminal evidence, government sent one the agent named Ching, but something went wrong during the procedure. A solution for inducing genes was injected into Ching. The injection process began transplant right away. Fortunately, before the lady can be programmed, various specialists can break in time, as they killing every one of the hostiles nearby. The group chief criminal investigator, Wang, goes to free the trial subjects, while making a duplicate of the organization's unlawful tests. He goes towards Ching and assists her with recapturing cognizance, not understanding that a strange lady called Catherine is watching them from the opposite side. Individuals attempt to get away from immediately, yet is gone after by a monster armed from the roof. Furthermore, causing them to understand that there is risk, a gigantic animal shows up before all the human. As it gradually gets out from its enclosure and thundering irately towards individuals, the specialists are compelled to shoot. However, the guns are not powerful against the foe. While the beast can throw individuals away, the animal kills every one of the specialists and eating up different subjects into its mouth. Prior to pursuing investigator Wang 2, Ching sees this and surges onto the animal as she penetrates the beast various times, prior to leaping off and arriving onto the ground. This makes the animal fight back by shooting its monster limbs. However, Ching figure out how to cut them into pieces. Individuals take the risk and get away the region, as they figure out how to lock the beast inside the room, not understanding that a more risky rival is finding them. The gathering can make it towards the distribution center. However, they are halted by Catherine. The lady advises individuals to surrender, as she releases her powers to spellbind the people. Fortunately, Ching isn't keen on snuggling with females and figures out how to break free, while snapping her companion into cognizance too. Wang takes the risk and charges towards the adversary, however is discarded by the lady as he collides with the wall. Understanding that they are outclassed, Wang gives the organization's chip to Ching and advises her to run, prior to hurrying over to divert the foe. Nonetheless, the man is repressed and thumped away. Ching surges in to go after the adversary too, and trading enraged blows with the rival. Be that as it may, she's not a counterpart for Catherine's powers, while getting tossed into the walls. This permits the foe to take hold of her hair, and throwing her into a close-by barrel. While Ching is debilitated by assaults, Catherine sees this and holds nothing back. However, shockingly, Ching's DNA starts transforming while releasing enormous power into her body. Once in a while later, inside a close-by city, the head director of Medusa called Mr. Lee is heading towards his confidential office, where investigator Wang has obviously been caught. It just so happens, Ching was some way or another ready to get away from close by the organization's CPU. However, Wang won't uncover the young lady's area, which makes Lee kill him in disappointment. The head supervisor goes into a computer experience, and that's what it's uncovered: the organization has been constraining transformed people to fight one another. This permits the freaks to release their hereditary potential as they are near being killed, as the organization attempts to make the most impressive super troopers on the planet. Their freshest part, known as Kui, has acquired gigantic power after the angry fight, as she's ready to control every one of the stones around her and evoke a tremendous shooting star. The lady releases the monstrous stone towards the adversary and obliterating the whole war zone. Also, on the opposite side, Ching has recovered cognizance inside a more bizarre room, yet she shows up to have some way or another lost every one of her recollections. Ching sees a man sitting on the opposite side, who presents himself as Yang. However, after seeing the man without his genes, Ching drives him away. Ching surges outside immediately, while Yang is as yet having some exhibition issues. In any case, the man figures out how to make up for lost time to Ching, who's being overpowered by her abrupt openness to the world. Yang attempts to quiet the lady down, yet this just bothers her significantly more, as she unintentionally releases her powers that seem to have halted time. Ching sees that a mishap is going to occur, and magically transports to save the regular people from hurt, before any other person can get injured. Ching is stunned to see her extraordinary capacities. However, her presentation of force has cautioned the Enterprise to her area, who sends innumerable men to catch her. In any case, Ching isn't apprehensive about the adversaries by any stretch of the imagination, as she starts going after them by utilizing her powers, while totally overwhelming the battle and thumping individuals' way. Yang sees this and lets the lady know that they need to leave at the present time, as he uncovers himself to be a cop too. On the opposite side, Lee has gotten the report about the disappointment of his men, while getting an unexpected visit from a lady called Angela, who's a contending supervisor inside the organization. She taunts the individual for being so clumsy, while letting him know that she'll take over from presently on, as she anticipates sending her A-class freak Kui to recover the microchip. Simultaneously, Yang has chosen to assist Ching with re-establishing her recollections by utilizing the police division's facial acknowledgement framework to find out where she's been in the beyond few days. It just so happens, the lady was essential for a vacationer bunch that came into city close by her lady friends, who all ended up being absent too. Ching has likewise seen the CPU inside her pocket, which gives her a weird inclination that it's vital. As she hands it over to Yang before the two can sort out what to do straight away, they are gone after by a giant support point that came from an external perspective, while their front entryway is blown open by a freak-to-be Kui. Ching perceives that she's one of the young ladies that is missing, yet the lady is presently being constrained by the organization. This powers her to go after Ching. As Yang try to conceals, the two freaks trading blows irately. However, Ching thumped the foe towards the walls. Kui takes the risk and starts hurrying outside, while Ching utilizes her instant transportation and pursues the adversary, as she gets the foe and tosses the lady into the air. In any case, Kui can counter the assaults by utilizing her supernatural power, and starts turning the fight around, as she besieges Ching with various rocks. This permits the young lady to charge in and pushing Ching directly through the structure while crashing onto the ground, as she tosses Ching high up and crushes her into the walls. The foe keeps punching the lady, until Ching is only a ridiculous wreck. Fortunately, Yang appears without a moment to spare and surrenders the microprocessor so he can save his companion. Once more, yet Ching will not surrender with such ease. As she starts changing and delivering, she expected considerably more. This causes a huge shockwave that builds Ching power massively, as she surges in towards the rival, while breaking the foe with a solitary strike. Ching takes risk and keeps striking the lady irately. Prior to throwing her away, Ching surges in to complete the kill, however can't end another life. Before Kui is ended by the chip inside her neck for bombing her central goal, Ching tumbles down from the wounds too, and John needs to convey her to a clinic, not understanding that their battle has been subtly recorded. It just so happens, Lee was the one behind the covert agent robot, and he questions Angela how she can allow their foe to get away, while likewise killing one of their best heroes simultaneously. Their contention is interfered with by the proprietor of the organization, who tells individuals to quit battling, while at the same time requesting them to recover the CPU regardless of the expense. Simultaneously, Ching is brought toward an underground medical clinic, where she's given a portion of the mutagen, which figures out how to balance out her wounds. Nonetheless, the lady won't stow away any longer, as she intends to take on the organization and heads straightforwardly towards Medusa's central command. When Ching goes into the structure, she starts reviewing her previous recollections, and recalling Catherine was a specialist who brought the young ladies into the lab. This made individuals be caught by the organization, as they are strongly turned into super warriors. Ching keeps wandering advances while utilizing her recollections and can see as a secret entryway that leads towards the research centers behind the walls. She makes it towards the region, where every one of the examinations were finished, and this figures out how to cause her to recall everything about her past. Incidentally, she was given a mission by her chief to penetrate the organization by claiming to be a vacationer. However, she was caught by the foes, all things being equal. What Ching doesn't understand is that every one of her activities are being kept an eye on by Angela, who contacts Ching to give her the final offer. It's uncovered that the adversary is wanting to slaughter every one of the people in the city, in the event that Ching doesn't return the CPU inside the following hour. Shockingly, Ching couldn't care less about the setbacks, as she starts getting every one of the mixtures and intending to hand them over to her commander, all things considered. Yang is significantly infuriated by her choice, as he questions her main goal's motivation in the event that it's not to save guiltless lives. This makes the man go safeguard individuals without help from anyone else, regardless of whether it implies that he'll die. Yet again, some of the time later, Ching is at long last ready to meet her captain, as she gives up the central processor towards the man. Shockingly, when she advises the captain to send fortifications to help Yang, the man lets her that no, this isn't their business. On the opposite side, Yang is planning to fight without anyone else, as he strolls onto the road, while the foes have showed up before him. In any case, the man won't hesitate to bite the dust, as he understands what he's doing is correct. However, previously the fight can start, he sees that Ching has shown up into the area. Ching advises Yang that she's not wanting to allow him to take all the brilliance. Previously, the two prepare to take on the whole armed force. What they don't understand is that Lee is watching them from inside his office, close by the various financial backers who need their own multitudes of super troopers too. The innumerable professional killers start charging towards the primary person. However, Ching magically transports towards them while slicing individuals and killing the foes. In any case, this allowed Angela an opportunity to take hold of Yang, as she starts singing like a sociopath. Furthermore, cutting the man directly in the chest, while making Ching shout in distress, the lady charges towards the adversary and assaults Angela irately, yet is cut by the rival various times, and seriously injuring her. Fortunately, Ching's indignation makes her body transforming by and by, which expands her powers to 40%, and permitting her to cause an enormous shockwave that blows the foe right across the roads. Shockingly, Angela figure out how to get up to proceed with the battle, yet Ching surges behind her. While removing her head, Lee sees that his partner has bombed by and by, while the financial backer starts to address whether his freaks are really worth the cash. This makes the man become enraged, as he thumps the financial backer into the walls, and extorting everybody to wait, or be executed too. Simultaneously, Ching is grieving for her injured companion, who's going to pass on, while Yang laments not investing more energy with her, prior to dying inside her arms. Understanding that her companion has passed on in view of her, Ching promises to get revenge for the man. As she goes towards Medusa's administrative center, the lady shows up into the upper floor as every one of the professional killers are hurrying towards her. However, the Ching figures out how to kill them all simultaneously. She goes towards Lee, and advises the man to quit killing any longer individuals. Yet her words have failed to attract anyone's attention, as the administrator guarantees that he's giving what's all for humankind. This gives Ching no other decision except for to magically transport towards the man, as she going after the foe, while every one individuals are quickly getting away. In any case, Ching neglects to land even a solitary hit towards rival, as she's overwhelmed by Lee and discarded across the room. The man keeps going after the young lady by utilizing his supernatural power, while tossing her into the walls and crashing onto the points of support. Yet Ching won't surrender, notwithstanding being outclassed by the adversary. Lee sees this and chooses to kill her like he's essential for the clouded side, which takes out Ching. This makes Ching start having a dream where Yang is as yet alive, and the lady questions how she can win the battle, assuming that her powers are a lot more fragile than her foes. Shockingly, Yang reminds the young lady that her powers don't make her what her identity is, yet rather the strength inside her heart is the main thing. This makes Ching start recollecting her companion's penance, as her annoyance begins causing her qualities to change considerably further, while driving her once again into cognizance. The lady gets away from the adversary, as she starts moving so quick that Lee can't see her. This permits Ching to go after the man irately, and thumping him across the room, while the foe can't shield himself against the lady's power. As he gets thrown around towards the walls, Lee is thumped towards a giant sculpture, as Ching chooses to uncover herself. In any case, the man has no expectations to surrender, the foe energizing every one of his powers and suspending all the glass inside the room, prior to tossing them straightforwardly towards the lady. The end. If you like this story, please subscribe to the channel and like it to motivate me to bring you more stories like this.